Hello and welcome to Mangator 96, and today we're going to talk about Arifureta Shokugyou de Sekai Saikyou. Today's topic will be the little beast tamer and barrier specialist who was betrayed by her best friend, but despite that she tried her best to reconcile with said friend to the bitter end. I'm of course talking about Suzu Taniguchi. But before we start, here's the spoiler warning, as I'll be spoiling a lot of things in this video, so if you don't want to be spoiled, I would highly recommend that you go and read the light novel, as it is an enjoyable read. For everyone else, let's start with who Suzu is. Suzu Taniguchi is one of the students from Japan who got involved in a summoning incident and ended up in Tortos along with her other classmates. She was once the best friends with Eri Nakamura, which turned out to be a lie as Eri betrayed her, and was part of Koki's party during the training in Orko's dungeon. She is also Ryotaro Sakagami's girlfriend, and a close friend with Kaori, Shizuko and later Tio. Suzu is the mood maker of her class, as she is usually very cheery and likes to lighten the mood. She also acts perverted at times toward her friends, making dirty jokes or grabbing one of her friends' breasts on occasions. However, she is actually quite pure and becomes easily flustered when witnessing the adult situation surrounding Hajime. She often gets overwhelmed by Tio's perverted personality after meeting her. She has a gag of giving people nicknames such as Hajime as Haji Haji, Kaori as Kaorin, Shizuko as Shizu Shizo, Shia as Shia Shia, Ryutaro as Ryukun, and Eri as Eririn. After Hajime killed Echt, she is the one who nicknamed him as the God-slaying Demon King. After she and the rest of her class are betrayed by her former best friend Eri, Suzu became more desperate and devastated when she learned that Eri never considered her to be a true friend, but she also more focused and determined in order to find a way to talk with her once again. After Hiyama's death by Hajime, her determination was strong enough to convince Hajime to give her, Koki, Shizuka and Ryotaro another chance to conquer a labyrinth and helping him to destroy the god, as well hopefully give Eri resolve. Ever since Eri's betrayal, Suzu admitted to her doppelganger that she is a coward and is always running away from her enemies more than her fears from Hajime's monstrous strength and mass murder intent after he killed Hiyama. Despite appearing happy all the time, Suzu is actually quite perceptive. She is aware that Eri, like herself, is hiding her true persona from the rest of her classmates and wants to be her friend because of their similar circumstances. She has also an inferiority complex with her appearance. Although she is considered to be cute by most people, she feels that she is not as attractive as most of her female friends. She has also on multiple occasions been described as stupid. Some examples of this are charging into the demon capital alone with no plan in mind to meet a former friend who wanted nothing to do with her and attempting to help said friend, despite the latter saying she never mattered to her despite her obvious insanity during a death battle. Also, her academic scores are also pretty bad. As for her past, during her childhood, Suzu was constantly lonely due to her parents being too busy with work to spend time with her. After being told to smile by her caretaker, Suzu crafted her cheerful and upbeat persona in order to get closer with her parents, as well as a way to make friends, but is still depressed deep down. As for her abilities, as a barrier master, Suzu has the highest aptitude for barrier magic among ex-heroes. She can deploy high-level barriers in rapid succession with little difficulties. Through her intense training, Suzu has improved her skills greatly, earning praise from Yue. After gaining metamorphosis magic, she became able to control and strike monsters from the Orcus labyrinth. She also possesses a pair of bracelets given to her by the Holy Kingdom that help strengthen her barrier magic. They are later destroyed after Hajime attempts to enhance them using evolution magic, with her main weapon being two iron ribbon fans created by Hajime. They are bound to Suzu's mana and blood, so only she can use them. They are able to reduce the length of Suzu's chants and can enhance any defensive spell channeled through them thanks to evolution magic. Her fans also absorb traces amount of her mana at all times and store it for future use, as well as reducing the mana consumption of spellcast with them. There are jewels attached to the handle of each fan that allows her to summon various monsters that she controls. Each fan has a specific ability that complements each other. The right fan is used to cast additional barrier spells, while the left fan can add secondary effects to those barriers, allowing her to use composite magic. As for her relationship with Hajime, it is unknown how she felt towards him prior to his fall into the abyss, but she was sympathetic for his supposed death as she hoped that he was still alive so Kaori could reunite with him. In Volume 4, after reuniting with Hajime in the Great Orcus Labyrinth and seeing that he obtained monstrous powers, she became shocked that the once weak Hajime now has completely changed and became ruthless against his enemies. She became terrified of him and he killed Cattleya without hesitation and threatened to kill them as well should they stand in his way. It's because of this newfound fear that she had no problem letting Kaori go to join him so as to not get on his bad side. In Volume 6, Suzu became even more terrified of Hajime and he brutally killed Hiyama for his betrayal. Where, at the end of Volume 6, she, Koki, Shizuku and Ryotaro managed to convince him to give them a second chance to join them to clear the remaining Great Labyrinths in order to destroy Echt. This is out of the determination to become stronger and be able to see Eri again, and her wish to return her to her fellow classmates. In proper respect for Hajime, she addressed him as Haji Haji. At the end of Volume 8, Hajime began to enhance his classmates' armor and weapons. Suzu handed her bracelets to him to be enhanced until they were destroyed as a failure, which saddened her greatly. To compensate her, Hajime crafted for her one of his greatest masterpieces as a replacement, a pair of twin iron fans artifacts which are significantly more powerful as a gift, and she appreciated this very much. When she begged him to give Eri a chance at redemption, he obliged her pleas due to Kaori, but stated that he will kill Eri if she doesn't redeem herself. She was also shocked to learn that even Shizuko had fallen for Hajime as well and was amazed by his charm to the point that she pondered on the possibility of falling in love with Hajime herself. Though she snapped out of it by Ryotaro, and like him she readily gave Shizuko and Hajime her blessing. When Hajime and Yue are creating the crystal key, Suzu was able to see Hajime's past memories of his fall into the abyss. She was horrified by seeing the suffering Hajime went through from losing an arm and later also his right eye. Personally, seeing him nearly die from bloodlust and hunger, while hopelessly waiting for help that would never come, and eventually being driven to consume monsters which led to the hellish pain of his mutation that nearly killed him, along with witnessing his unbreakable determination to survive and move on to conquer the Great Orcus Labyrinth alone in order to go home, made her feel so much more pathetic compared to him. Because of this, she gained much more sympathy, admiration and respect for him. This is reflected on the fact that the hero party had nearly died so many times in Tortos from considerably less dangerous situations, even when they're together and aided by the Harley Kingdom Knights, as well to the point that the only reason they only survived up till now and acquiring ancient magic themselves was because of Hajime continuing to rescue and help them. This realization also made her and Ryotaro silently admit to themselves that no matter what they could never match what Hajime went through, even if they fell into the abyss themselves for they lack his immense willpower. As for her relationship with Eri, Suzu sees Eri as her best friend and always will be. She was devastated by her betrayal and it has an everlasting effect on her after Eri had revealed that she never considered her as a true friend from the start and wanted to kill Suzu and the rest of their classmates due to her and the others being in the way of making Koki hers. In order to talk with her again, she begs Hajime to help them complete a labyrinth so she will be strong enough to do so. Suzu confronts Eri one more time but showed displeasure when Eri was transformed into an apostle hybrid and as Echt's servant. After Suzu fought and managed to defeat her, she begged Eri to find redemption, but instead Eri used a self-destruction spell in an attempt to kill her, but she died in the process, but not before telling her that if she would have met and befriended with Suzu before Koki, then things would have been different for her. As for her relationship with Inaba, Inaba was a key rabbit that witnessed Hajime's battle with the claw bear in the Great Orcus Labyrinth, which was the lord of the floor that it resided in until Hajime killed him. After seeing his victory, he drank the same ambrosia that transformed him and decided to train to become stronger so he could see Hajime again. Later, Suzu found him on the 19th floor of the Great Orcus Labyrinth and she was looking for creatures to tame with metamorphosis magic. Inaba had recognized the equipment of hers as Hajime's design and subsequently allowed himself to be transformed by her. He later became her trusted companion and always fights alongside her, always supporting her, and he later helped Suzu fight Eri, who possessed the power of an apostle, being able to overcome her with his kicking technique that was enhanced by Hajime's artifacts. As for her relationship with Ryotaro, he is Suzu's boyfriend, 1 year after she and the other students returned to Japan. She is asked by him to return to Tortoise to be an adventurer and spend their days together helping Koki and the people, to which she accepts. With this, I covered everything that I wanted to cover on Suzu. And that will be all for this video. If you like this video, leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments below, or subscribe to the channel for more manga reviews and One Piece content. And until next time, take care.